Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special Generation 1 figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at this rather elusive figure here. This is Decepticon Action Master Takeoff. So in this video, we're going to show you the accessories that come with him to help you know if yours is complete. Because he's a vintage figure, I'm going to point out things you need to be aware of if you have to one for yourself. I'm going to show you his wicked little Action Master partner and how his gimmick worked, and we'll bring in some of today's figures just to give you an idea, I suppose, of how big he is and what sort of scale he was at. So before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if I'd hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. Right, let's have a look at his accessory first and foremost. This is his blaster. It's pretty interesting looking, to be honest, but this is what belongs to him. So if you're after getting him complete, he does need this double barrel blaster. Now the figure themselves, of course, this is an Action Master, and you know, back in the day, even though this is very common now, this was quite an anomaly because of course it's a transformer that doesn't transform. Things that you need to be aware of. Now with this, there's some really bright coloured paint, so if this has been chipped off, it won't look the greatest. If his sticker's missing, it's not the end of the world, to be honest. Articulation wise for the figure, the head will spin all the way around, the arms will spin all the way around, the waist is completely molded, the legs will kick forward and backwards, and he does actually have a knee bend as well, so a little bit of articulation in him. But the main thing is, of course, his transforming partner, which we'll have a look at in a second, because to be honest, it is really cool. I definitely like it. Now the interesting thing about this guy is lots of people like to play games, you know, to guess what the alternate mode would be if this guy transformed. Now because he's called Takeoff, it's interesting because he's got wheels on his legs and shoulders, which I suppose would indicate a land vehicle, but then some turbines on his chest, which would of course indicate that he could fly. So maybe he was a bit of a triple changer like Trax perhaps. He was also available with two other Decepticon Action Masters at the time. These again were European exclusives, and there's videos on both of these on the channel as well. Charger and Bombshell, of course, you'll recognise, and there were three Autobots as well. With regards to how big he was at the particular time, there is a G1 Prowl, and although this is a missing link, which is just a teeny bit bigger, he was very small in the whole scheme of things back in the day. With regards to today's figures, as you're about to see, he is way smaller, way smaller than a deluxe. He is, funnily enough, he's a bigger than a new age third-party figure. He's probably about the same size as what I'd class a standard Blockies figure, and it's funnily enough, I say that these Blockies are the Action Masters of today, and that's pretty much the reason why, because you can see they didn't transform either. One thing that I do definitely want to show you is things to be aware of with Action Masters. They do sometimes suffer from very loose joints, which can also mean sometimes that they can't stand up, so that is something to be aware of if you are after one for yourself. Right, let me show you and finish up with this cool gimmick. So Screech was his partner. Again, it was a character in his own right. The wings you could move, they had articulation, the feet could move, and the tail would move. But you can see this has got a spring loaded gimmick, shall we say, like this. So when you lifted this up, it shot forward. Now the purpose of this, and I really like this, it's quite cheesy, it's quite simple, but it just works. So if we fold his feet up, we attach him via the back there, like so, and unbelievably, he's still balanced with this on the top. If you don't do the thing, it won't balance. If you do the gimmick, watch this. Let's move the tail, boom, straight over the top, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like his attack mask, not too sure what it is, but this was the gimmick. It can't stand up, unfortunately, like this. You can see the hook there, so that is something to be aware of as well. And sometimes, unfortunately, the Action Master partners are missing things like limbs and wings, etc. For this guy, he won't stand up. You do need all of it, I think, for it to look as good as it does there. Right, I'm going to pop his gun in his hands. There you go. This was a very quick look at the European Action Master Takeoff. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Take care.